Hello, everyone, and welcome to week 22 of Nights of the Turntable. I've got our esteemed guest, Richard Bailey,
Yo, what's up?
Joe Hover,
Kick in the door, waving the 4-4.
I got Luis,
What's up, guys?
and I've got AJ.
How you doing?
As you can see, another week, another upgrade. Not only are we remaining consistent, we're actually adding stuff to it.
Look at all being fancy and whatnot.
Real fancy. I like this. It's fancy on the screen, but then we got Bud Light.
Ooh.
That's okay. Hey, well, I mean, we knew we was getting into it. It's all good.
It's cool. We spent all the money on the upgrade, so you're only relegated to Bud Light.
You gotta drink water. Stay hydrated.
Yeah. Wow.
Joe, would you like to let them know what the drinking game is?
The drinking game is actually in honor of the life and death of Notorious B.I.G, which was celebrated yesterday. Anytime we mention a Biggie song on today's podcast, you drink.
Give some examples.
No. I'm not giving no examples.
I just want to drink.
As soon as we get past what we've been listening to, we're going into a whole list of them bad.
Okay.
All right, so as tradition has it, let's start off with Richard Bailey and what he's been listening to.
Okay, so obviously, I'm a big B.I.G fan, so of course I felt the need to listen to some of his music the other day.
Such as what kind of songs? What song titles?
What's up?
Juicy, Big Papa. Hey,
Word.
yeah, their whole Ready to Die album, pretty much.
How many tracks is on there? Like, what?
Yeah, I don't know if we can handle all that.
Questions. That's too many questions. This is the double disc album, though, but that's too many questions.
Wow.
Too many questions. Yeah. Some Biggie, some Nas, Joey Badass once again, because again I'm waiting for more music to come out. J. Cole, that's pretty much it for now.
Okay. How about you, Joe Hover?
So before the podcast started, I was listening to some McConan just because I felt like I needed to wild out a little bit before we got on the show because I felt like I was tired a little bit earlier. And then yesterday I made this Biggie playlist, and I did it for Essentials, ESSNTLS.com. You can check that out. I curated all of it, just kind of a spur of the moment thing. So I listened to like a whole bunch of Biggie yesterday. I haven't even made it through all this entire playlist, but like I got to, I don't know, like Notorious Thugs and Victory and Kick in the Door and 10 Crack Commandments, and that's more that you guys need to drink for.
How would you do that?
So yeah, that's pretty much all I've been listening to.
Okay, I can dig it. AJ?
Oh, we okay. So last week we were talking about Community Era, the mixtape.
So the week before.
Yeah, I know. That's a damn shame. But hey, I was listening to Mixtape Messiahs, and I made it to number 4 because apparently Mixtape Messiah, the first one, was 3 hours long for no reason. But this too was still my favorite because it's a chop and screw one. That's just me. So I was listening to the Mixtape Messiahs, and I was also thinking I want to go into Famous. Famous is one of the rappers. He's from San Antonio. Blah blah blah. Long story. But I was listening to Mixtape Messiah. What else? Of course, Dark Sky Paradise, and then. So I was kicking in with one of my friends. He had me listening to Late Registration. Had to take it back.
Actually, I give that a spin like probably a couple times every month, honestly.
I listened to a little bit of that because my roommate wanted me to give him, I should say, copies of the Kanye albums. So I had to import like Dropout and Late Registration on my iTunes because I don't have them on there.
Gotcha. We're gonna put that drinking game in the pocket every time we use air quotes.
Yeah.
All right, Luis.
J.
Cole. All right,
J. Cole. No. Basically, I've been listening to some younger Young Jeezy, Thug Motivation 101, The Inspiration. I've been also listening to the Game's first 2 albums also.
First 2?
The first 2.
Why did you listen to the second one?
The second one? Really? A lot of people diss the second one. It's not that bad.
It's pretty good. Second one's like really good.
Without Dre.
Which is the second one? Because I may be forgetting the third one.
No, the third one was Lax, wasn't it? LAX?
No, what's the
third one's LAX?
Yeah. Doctor's Advocate is number 2.
Really? Also been listening to some Lupe Food and Liquor, the first one. I need to catch up on the second one. I still haven't even listened to that one, and that's a shame.
You've never listened to Food
I
and Liquor
haven't.
2?
Not two yet.
That's a
Not
topic
yet.
for the next show.
That may be a good topic for the next show.
And it's funny because I have the disc. I just haven't listened to it. I just haven't gotten around to it.
Alright.
That's been about it though.
Word? No, there was no coal in there.
There wasn't.
No,
That's
no.
disappointing. I'm actually saddened.
Hey.
You found one.
Look at
There
him
was-
diversifying his bonds.
He doesn't like the predictability.
Well, I've been listening, on and off to Blue Sky. I mean, Dark Sky.
That's nice.
Dark Sky Paradise. We have the 18 songs by Biggie that you have to hear, that everyone should hear. That's on the website. They're listening to that. And all right, so question for y'all: have y'all ever listened to an album way back in the day and it was so bad that you revisit it every now and then just to make sure it was as bad as you thought it was?
Yes. True.
Just for real. Have you ever done that before?
Yes.
I did that with Lasers today.
Oh, you so.
Just to remind myself of how I got robbed. Because I was just going through the Lupe playlist, so I listened to parts of the Cool and everything, and Food and Liquor, and some of the scattered songs Next to It with Ty Dolla $ign. And
I really, really like that song.
That song is
I was
fire.
listening to that earlier.
Son.
Yeah, Next to It is fire. And I was like,
really like
I'm going to
that
just throw Lasers in here and skip through it and see if there's anything that stands out. And there was nothing. And
Top down with a bitch
skipped.
right
And it actually felt like it was worse now than it was back
So
then.
that was on Lasers for real?
What, Next to It?
Yeah.
No, it wasn't on any album.
Oh.
It was promo. It was promo for this album.
Yeah, because I'm definitely, that's a single I want. I got
Yeah,
that.
and he got
Yeah.
a video for it too.
Yes, dog. They have a video for it. Yeah.
Yeah, it's cool. It's cool. Because Unbeaten wasn't on the album either.
Oh, I didn't know that
That was
because I have that single as well.
But yeah, other than those,
Go to sleep.
that's Black of the Berry. I've been giving that a ton of spins. And somebody made their own edit of a music video, which it does really good cuts of him and a lot of the civil rights movement and stuff like that, which is really, really good. Kanye's all thing. Say what?
Speaking of Kendrick, somebody hit me up today and they asked me if I heard this new Kendrick song, and it wasn't that. It was the cover. I was listening on Spotify. The cover art was from Good Kid, Mad City, the deluxe edition, but I had never seen this song title before, and I can't remember it for the life of me right now.
It wasn't. Was it The Call?
No, it wasn't The Call. It was City Court City something. I can't remember.
That doesn't sound.
Yeah, that didn't sound familiar at all.
But the song concept is Kendrick's imaginary friend talking, and then Kendrick starts rapping. It was kind of weird.
Huh. I'm gonna have to look that up.
I'm gonna have to
Look
check
at
it
it.
out.
I just want to hear Money Trees right now anyway.
Oh, and the last song that I've been giving a lot of spins is Kanye's All Day, because we have the CD queue of that now. Have y'all listened to it? No? I saw that face.
Can I say something about that? Because that song is cool, and then it sounds like a Yeezus song at the end, and then the Paul McCartney whistling bullshit pisses me off every time, because it's
And I
like,
got a feeling we're gonna get that bullshit through the whole album.
I know, the song was cool, and then all of a sudden it's just Paul McCartney whistling. I'm just like, what the fuck
But
is this?
How do you get to that point in the studio where
Have you seen
you
the video?
think, hey, you whistle, let's record this? No, who just thinks to just do that shit?
Kanye?
Oh, this is that new level.
Did Kanye think to do that, or did Paul McCartney
No,
go in
it's
there and
that new
just
level
bullshit for
creativity.
5
Now,
minutes?
hey, what if that is French Montana's production role?
Wow. That was so out of line.
So I'm gonna drink to that just cause.
Good point.
On that note, we're gonna move on to the next topic, which you might want to get a new beer. Matter of fact, go ahead and pass me another one.
The black of the berry, the sweet of the...
Yeah, buddy. So this topic is, if you had to create a playlist of Biggie songs, what would your top 3 songs be? Who's gonna start this one off? Rich gets shafted every time, so I won't put it on him. I'll go first. How about that? I'll go first.
Yes.
My top three would be not necessarily in order, because I don't want to get into that, but 10 Crack Commandments will be in there. I put what is the name of the song from the beginning of that compilation album with Puffy, like in the family and all that? You know what I'm talking about? Victory.
Yeah.
Victory, 10 Crack Commandments, and probably Was Beef.
I was just you cheated.
It was like essential Biggie shit right there.
That's the reason I included that in my top three.
Actually, you know what? I'll take Was Beef out and Warning.
Okay.
Warning is good. Warning is probably my favorite Biggie song. So I'll put that in there. 10 Crack, Victory, and Warning.
You're gonna hate me for this. I know it. I know. But what's beef? Because I'm a controversial motherfucker. Suicidal Thoughts.
Okay.
And Big Papa. Simply because
I don't hate it. Like, I respect that song.
You can go to regular motherfuckers that don't even listen to rap and start to, I like it when you call me Big Papa.
And they know.
I get you.
And by the way, that's 6 drinks, by the way.
Oh, shit.
6 of them.
I'm going to go ahead and down this one.
Ooh, party foul.
There's more in there than I thought. All right, my bad. Jehovah, it's on you.
So I was actually talking with my boss about this at work because he likes kind of the classic hip hop too, and I asked him, and he gave me kind of like the standard like radio songs, like Big Papa, Juicy, and Hypnotize, and that's 2 more drinks. Me, I said 3 yesterday, but I know that they're going to change because Biggie's one of my favorite rappers. Like, I don't put him in, like, my top 5, but he's one of my favorite rappers of, like, ever. So looking at this playlist that I made yesterday, I would have to say that I Love the Dough with Jay-Z's on there.
Word.
Yeah, that was a good one.
I can't, like... I remember playing it forever ago, and then like I just wanted to spin it all day today for some reason.
I played it earlier too.
I of course Inwards Bleed. I love that song just because the storytelling in that song is crucial.
Yes.
And then probably Sky's the Limit.
Dog, Sky's the Limit is fire.
I'm a big fan of like ambitious songs. Either Sky's the Limit or Who Shot You.
Yeah. Oh, as soon as we get off this podcast,
I was gonna say, you already had your.
And I think that's like 3 more drinks.
God dang, but you using water, that's cheating.
I know, I'm not drinking today. I'm not an alcohol.
You got to tell them it's vodka, man. You got to get a white boy wasted.
I retired vodka in like 2010.
Dang, I retired in 07. I was done.
Well, I retired last night because they had some around.
That shit's still in rotation. Fucking.
No,
but my top 3 would be considered The What with Redman. What else? Ready to Die, the actual the title of the album. Title track of the album, and believe it or not, Machine Gun Funk. Actually,
really? I was that.
Machine Gun Funk is,
my girlfriend said that one. She because I asked her too, and that was like unbelievable, and that one was on there.
Your girlfriend said Machine Gun Funk.
Yeah.
You got the ring,
She
right?
the truth.
Yeah.
You got the ring, right?
She the truth. Yeah, you have to lock that one down.
For Valentine's Day, I got her a T-shirt that said "Wu-Tang is for the children."
Hey, she ain't going nowhere.
Richard Bailey with the old school definitive list about to come through. He about to
His
come
first
through and
single.
impress everybody.
Tell us about his first single.
Well, Jehovah picked some picks that I was already going to pick. Obviously, everybody knows Hypnotize, Juicy. and Big Papa. Sky is the Limit was one of my picks. So, yeah, Joe killed my buzz right there. Hey, I'm also a fan of another song that you guys will probably be like, nah, that's terrible. Dead Wrong.
What?
No, I love that song.
Nobody hates that song.
Okay, all right. Well, yeah, just have to make sure I say it, you know.
Oh, I said it to be controversial. Tell one of these bottles.
Yeah, it's a great song.
It's true. That's very true.
And yeah, I mean, I like a lot of his compilation stuff with he teaming up with others. But yeah, I mean, that's the gist of the ones. What would you say?
The Biggie duets.
Duet. Which ones?
The Jazzy Fade Biggie compilation album.
Wow.
Oh,
Biggie duets.
Wow.
You know what fire just came from that though? Somebody made like a fake Tupac duets one, and it was flames. The whole mixtape. I kid you not. The whole mixtape was dope. If y'all never listened to it, I'm gonna put y'all on to after the show. We're gonna talk about it on the next episode.
You know what song I wanted to put on that list, but like it's not really a Biggie song, and he's not really on it. Is "Crush on You" with Lil' Kim.
Hey,
Like,
okay. True. You know what?
Yeah.
I can't not put this one on there because it's probably the most I've listened to Biggie ever in my life. Notorious Thugs.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
I have
that's a
played
good one.
that shit so much, and it helps that his verse is the only verse that I can say on the whole song.
You start busy. Like 7 a.m. We're
I want to do that at karaoke one day. Just waste it. Do the whole song.
Out of line.
I'm surprised.
Speaking of out of line, with the segue,
Get him.
Pharrell and Robin Thicke lost $7.3 million
on Robin Thicke's birthday.
Today is his birthday?
Today is his birthday.
Oh my!
All right, I have a question. Before I address this topic, let me ask you a question. What is this case, and why did they lose that much?
Basically, the song came out, and I don't know if the family figured it out first or it was a result of social media, but everybody realized that the song sounded a whole lot like Marvin Gaye's, which one? Got to Give It Up.
Yes.
Yes. Like the melody and the cadence and everything sounded just like the song. When somebody told me about it, I couldn't not hear that at that point. So they got sued. Now, the family sought $23 million for it. But I'm going to say that 7.3 is not that bad.
And here's the kicker.
We're going to be all right.
Here's the kicker about that song, too. It made $10 million. So if they lose 7.3, that means that 3 artists have to share 2.7 between 3 record labels.
Oh, what a tragedy!
No. You said how many artists have to share it? 3.
3 artists, because it's Robin Thicke, Pharrell, and T.I.
Yeah, T.I. ain't gonna be involved in it. I didn't sing nothing.
Yeah. I'm sorry. You're so right.
I recorded it and I was gone. Y'all just gave me the beat.
Dog.
Hit T.I. on that.
I didn't even put that bag over there.
I didn't hear T.I. on that track.
T.I. ain't finna chip in for nothing. Ain't gonna happen.
No melody. He going the other way.
You know what T.I.'s gonna do? He's gonna come in with all those big words and shit and confuse everybody.
Whoa, hold on.
Elementary, my good sir, that.
Well.
You can't knock the syllables, sir. You can't knock the syllables.
He gathering all of them. All of them.
Like, hey, we don't use these out here in Georgia. Go ahead and take these syllables.
Luis, what do you think about this 7.3 million that they lost?
Compared to 20? Like I said, they asked for 20 at first?
Yeah.
It's not bad. Hey, if they asked for 23 and you only got 7, I mean, I take it as a win, count my blessings, and be done with it.
I got something to say about that.
What was that?
this loss is nothing compared to the loss he took when he lost Paula Patton. So.
Ooh,
The kid!
hold on. Can I jump in there right quick?
Yeah.
Let me add, because I sincerely and wholeheartedly agree. But you know what makes it stings even more? He didn't even get the fuck Miley. He did it because he looked stupid up there with her shaking her ass on him. That was his fault. Fucking rookie. You don't mess up for show pussy for possible mo pussy. Because then you end up with no pussy.
You right?
I think if you're watching the show, that was a life lesson.
Hey, real talk. I keep it 100 at all times. I apologize, sir.
I think that's all for it.
I think that's fair. Anybody got? I mean, Pharrell could probably cover this
Oh,
on
he can
his
cover it by
own.
himself. Yeah.
It's just, he was like, look, charge it to the game. Y'all messed up. We'll just keep moving.
We tried to get the jig was up, guys.
And then look, he'll take his Smokey the Bear hat off.
That's what the $7 million right there. Any last words on the jig ascending on
The
Robin
jig
Thicke?
ascending. Wow. That's
I do got something to say because Robin Thicke has went from pinnacle star to like trash boat in like a year and a half, and Jameson has come for his lane.
Yeah.
and it's all anything that Miley touches, she infects with her. So
Infects with something.
even if it is on their fame, it's her.
Yeah, she's trash everybody. But moving on to the next topic, a significantly smaller bit of money can be exchanged if you want to give Raekwon $200
Hey.
to review your project. It comes from basically kind of a Kickstarter for his documentary for Only Built for Cuban Links. He wants to do a documentary about the album and its creation, right? So that's one of the tiered donations you can make, is to pay $200 and he's going to review it. So what does everybody think about that? We'll start off with you, Rich.
Okay.
I mean, you're probably going to be in that documentary, right?
So what? I won't be in it. But I just have a question. When is the last time that Raekwon has had a hit?
Built for Cuban Links 2 was actually pretty good.
Yeah.
It wasn't received
So what was that?
commercially, but it was
I have
critically
a
acclaimed.
question.
2 years.
Well, go ahead.
Does that consolidate his relevance? when it
No,
comes
we
to-
are not getting into that conversation.
No, I'm just saying. I don't.
We'll get into that. We will get to that conversation.
I don't
later.
make it that. Oh, he's only good if he's had a hit list.
We're going to get to that conversation later. Because I know that's what you want to do. We're going to do that on the episode. Okay? All right. I think his last hit, I think that album was 2 years ago.
Yeah, that was about 2 to 3 years ago, and it was good.
Wait, what? Cuban
Yes.
Links 2?
Yeah, Cuban.
That was like,
That's a bargain price. The
that was like
200.
2009.
You say what?
They got it cheap.
Yeah, $200. That ain't nothing.
Joe, what were you saying about the Cuban Links 2?
That shit, that was from like 2009, I think.
It was that far
Was it
back?
that long? Damn,
Yeah,
I'm old.
I was in college.
Dang.
That's true, because I was in college too. But
All right.
damn, 09? Fuck.
The last song I can remember Wu-Tang being relevant on was that cut with Method Man, Raekwon, and Ghostface, like on that little Click album that they did that had like the comic book covers and shit. That's like the most.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
No, that wasn't how high. It was way after that. Yeah.
I'm down.
But yeah, like people forgot about that. That album wasn't that bad either. Actually, it was pretty pretty good stuff. But so, well, you've done music. You've made music before. All right. So say you're trying to come up.
And that's this isn't even a question for me.
So it's like automatic.
Goddamn right. $200. Listen, if somebody that's really involved in it, someone that has an actual perspective, someone that's made hits, been involved, and 2 years ago put something out that people still consider to be relevant today, fucking right here. Take this, tell me where I'm fucking up, and I will rewrite it all if I need to. Give me more beats, because beats, yeah, the good ones, okay, you're looking at like, what, $1,500 for a decent fucking beat to be on the radio, but you can get them regular underground beats for people that are just trying to come up, $200, right? $200 to get a new beat for the 4 songs you'll probably not like on the album. I got you. Yeah. Toss it right out.
$200 is a steal.
$200 is a steal. I mean, for someone that made a couple classics, I mean, Bill for Cuba Links, classic album. Anyone gonna argue with that?
Nope.
I don't like that.
No. That's right. But for $200, you can basically use it as like a demo. I mean, if you're that good and he likes you, is he not gonna sign you? I mean,
no,
at least
no.
feature you.
Hey, now that's
really?
not. No,
Really?
listen.
You gotta look
you
at it
have
like
to
this.
live in the real world. You're not gonna get signed.
No.
Do not expect
That's-
to get signed if he likes you.
Hey, that's fine. But
All you're asking
So-
is my shit messing up.
so
That's all.
now, with that said, would you like it for
And
Raekwon?
see, I don't even think that I would even want to get signed by Raekwon because look at all the Wu-Tang shit that's going on. You can't listen to that album. You can't buy that album for 88 years and like the whole fucking mess that they're doing. Nah.
Do you want to get signed by a person that wait, let me finish.
Okay.
Do you want to get signed by a person that's doing a Kickstarter for a documentary for their classic album?
I'll take it back. But anyway, for someone that's done classic material, I mean, why would you not want him to review your stuff for?
No, I'm not saying that. I said the sign thing because y'all said get signed. I was like, do you want to get signed by a person that's doing a Kickstarter for their classic album?
That's a yes or no, honestly.
I mean, the guy's got money.
It's gonna be a yes or no simply because, listen, if you talking about such and such many zeros behind a signing bonus and this and shit, and all I gotta do is go stay in the lab for about a year and come out with an initial, a freshman album, I can do that shit. I got you.
So what if you sign a contract and on the contract it say your first paycheck is gonna be based on Kickstarter support?
Now hold on. See, now you can be ridiculous. See, if we're living in the real world, that wouldn't be an actual stipulation. But if a motherfucker came up to me and said, "Hey, I reviewed it. You got 3 songs I want to change, but we'll release this so it's a mixtape, right? Put a mixtape out." I'll be like, okay, put a mixtape out, and then you say, "Hey, I'm gonna give you a year, and in a year you're gonna be completed with this project, and then we'll make sure that we get this shit done." Look, give me that year. I can make it happen.
I don't know if I would even want Raekwon to review my stuff because like everybody's different, and the way that Raekwon is, like he's a totally different rapper than like say the artist that I work with. Like they're 2 totally different artists. Like I don't know if I would like pay the $200 to have him review it when he's just what he could say about my artist is probably going to be different than what he could say about somebody who is more like him, I guess.
Okay. Then I didn't look at the details of it. Did it say where his review would be? Like, is it he just gonna call you, "Hey, yo,
that shit was hot.
Mixtape was dope," or
yeah,
was whack?
Listen, that's how I treat. This is gonna sound bad. That's how I treat the girls that I'm talking to. I just want a thumbs up or a thumbs down. Hey, we talking or we ain't. That's all I need. $200 from someone that's actually been in the game and knows how music is supposed to sound. Give me either the thumbs up or the thumbs down. That's all I ask. Tell me where I fucked up, and I'll go and redo it if it needs to be redone. However, if it's a song that's like, "Hey, man, it took me like 3 weeks to write this damn song because I was really feeling it," I'm not gonna cut it out.
I'm about to throw a curveball in this whole conversation.
I'm ready.
You ready? Okay. This is coming from the gentleman that just said hip hop of today has no creativity. So say that you make hip hop with today's style of hip hop.
Oh shit.
And you hand it off to him. Then do you value that review the same way?
So if you're a flow rider, would you let
If you're a flow rider,
Whoa. That's a forkball.
if my name was Flow Rider, I'd say no, I would not pay the $200. However, if you're like, let's say a New York style kind of artist, rapper, hip hop, would you let him review it? Of course. I mean that makes perfect sense. I mean,
New York,
because that's his style, and as long as you bring the creativity, hey, that's.
So what if you got the Migos flow?
Fuck that. I'm pulling out. I'm gonna take those $200
Joe. So you start putting your little mixtape out with the Migos flow. You gonna ask Raekwon to review it?
No.
You probably gonna pay money to his Kickstarter anyway at that point. That's the reality of things. Richard Bailey, how about yourself?
Repeat the question.
We'll start with the initial thing.
Yeah.
Would you allow Raekwon? Would you pay him $200 to review your project before putting it out?
Yeah, I mean, $200 ain't nothing. Maybe I would go ahead and let him do that because, yeah, if he's industry experience, yeah, he probably have a little bit of insight on the matter. So, what's the second part of that question, though?
Would you sign to his label if he offered it to you?
Hell no, I will not. No. Let him review it. I'll give him credit. I'll say yes, he reviewed my album, but no, I'm gonna do this my own. I'm gonna take everything else from here. You know, just get the feedback and be on my way.
I don't know, man. I'm gonna be completely honest with you. Motherfuckers ain't just jumping off of the bus and getting signed nowadays. So
yeah, people that are getting screwed too.
That's very true. Very, very true.
I don't. Me personally, and I may y'all may not agree with me. I don't even think it's worth it to be signed anymore.
It's not.
Very good point.
Not at all. When it comes to the independent artists, and you market it right on the internet.
You just need the network at this point.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, Dat Piff is real.
Dat Piff ain't even the joint no more.
Yeah,
Dat Piff has turned into that group of dudes that's handing out the mixtapes outside the clubs. Like Audio Mac and Hot New Hip Hop to get the mixtapes you want to get, not for everybody.
Well, it's beyond that. It's about making a profit off of it. If you out there,
what profit you making on that Piff?
Wouldn't you be putting your name out there?
Would you let me get point out there before y'all saying all shit? All right, cool. You compare them to the guys that are out there handing out their mixtapes, right? Let me be completely honest. That first one you put out there, those were supposed to be 2-minute singles on every fucking track, and 12 tracks on the whole damn song, and you're supposed to just give that to people so they can hear your flow. And then after they say, hey, this is pretty alright, I can get behind this shit, you put consideration into the next one, and then you start charging people $5 a piece. And this is just
that's what they need to know. Joe, how many mixtapes did we get full projects out at South by Southwest?
We filled one of those bags you can with the drawstrings that you can put on your back. We filled one of those.
And then one dude tried to charge us $5. Everybody at South by Southwest out there giving out free mixtapes and EPs and cars, and this one dude handed it to us and said that'd be $5.
Hold up.
We did it back.
Hey, speaking of that, hold up. Fake Shore Drive tweeted this earlier. 6th Street during South by Southwest is kind of like the yellow brick road, but instead of yellow bricks, it's paved with mixtapes and broken dreams.
Yeah, damn. Yes, it is. You can't be stepping on somebody's mixtape.
No, we were stepping all over people's dreams last year. Just fucking mobbing down the street, crushing them and shit.
See, I'm sad Joe's not gonna be there with me this time.
I know. Hey, Dot's gonna be there. Y'all can do it.
Yeah, we'll 2-step for you. One time for the 9-9.
And
you have any more introspective?
I just feel as though if opportunity knocks at the door, I like answering doors, so I'm there.
Okay, cool. Any last words on Raekwon and the $200 review? Nope. All right. Moving on. With Empire welcoming the return of Brooklyn's Charles Hamilton, I don't know if everybody's familiar with him, but he was an artist. He had probably one of the most consistent releases of projects. He kept putting out mixtape after mixtape. And it wasn't complete garbage. He was actually putting out quality mixtapes.
So he wasn't on Lil Wayne status.
No, he wasn't on Lil Wayne status. He was putting out dope music, production-wise, lyric-wise, it was good. And then he kind of went into
the punch.
Yeah, he went into the sauce. He lost.
He said went into the sauce.
He lost it, man. He actually had to check himself into a couple institutes and stuff.
He said something, right? Didn't he say something?
About what?
I'm trying to remember. It's been so long since he's been relevant to me.
He fell off. He was suicidal for a while. He had to go out. Other artists like Mickey Fax, I think maybe even Lupe Fiasco were talking about.
Damn, you said Mickey Fax.
Yeah, we're talking about helping him out and kind of looking out for him. And he's retired from hip hop 3 fucking times at this point. But now he's back. Empire got him to do a song with Rita Ora, and it's dope. I didn't get a chance to let y'all hear it before the show, but we'll probably hear it on the episode. With that being said, through an outlet like Empire, which if you watched it, you should have known that this was going to end up being a D-list, C-lister artist breeding ground at this point, because they need songwriters. to put these songs out there.
One of those guys who's like one of the rappers on the show, I guess. They were playing him on the radio, like his actual like song.
I know. I'm so upset about that. I am so upset. I shit you not. That night, dog, we were at the fucking club. Tell me why we're out there, trying to talk to these girls. Then drip, drop, drip, drippity, drop. I was like, are you shitting me?
Man, it was hilarious. He texted me because we watched the episode the night before.
Yeah, and when I was on the dance floor, I texted him because I was that irate.
But he stayed on the dance floor.
Oh my God!
Turn it up.
Yeah.
No, when you're in the middle of making moves, you don't get off the floor. You just go with the beat. You gotta make sure. Stay consistent.
But so. With that being said, are there any D-list or C-list artists that have kind of fallen off?
Lil Zane.
You know what's sad? I can 100% see him coming back on the show.
Yeah.
Lil Zane, Romeo, Bow Wow.
Ooh, Bow Wow. Can you not see Bow Wow being on one of those episodes? Yep. Honestly.
He probably
Bow Wow busy though. Bow Wow busy. He got that CSI show right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, he is.
Because what?
It's only a matter of time.
He's doing some random ass shit on CSI.
CSI Internet or some shit.
I'm so glad I did not watch that show. So Romeo's. What are there artists that you would like to see?
Oh, like to see.
That's different. I mean, we can get into the ones that you think you will.
Okay.
I was saying we can say
like to see is
Cool
different.
J will show up eventually.
But LL's bigger than that.
He really is. He's bigger than that shit. Like his career is on a whole different. He's on Ice-T's level. Don't have to give a fuck about that anymore.
I don't know. Not now. Like who wants to listen to an LL Cool J song now?
Women that have vaginas, sir.
The last
song 50
was not catered.
I'm sorry. If you look at, was that the one where he was like, I want to
No, I said it wasn't catered to them. It was like trying to be a hard rapper, and he collaborated with some battle rappers. And the song actually wasn't terrible, but that's not LL's lane anymore.
It isn't, because I'm Gonna Knock You Out was in the 80s, sir. Your time is coming on.
You gotta let that go. No one thinks you're hard anymore.
No, but, he be out there like, hey, man, yeah.
But, all right, so LL you threw out there. I think he's bigger than that. Who else do y'all think would kind of...
Young LA. I would love to see Young LA on that show.
Yeah. I can see that one.
Young LA.
Yo, I'm so sad that Young LA got exiled from Atlanta hip hop. Like, I used to listen to those mixtapes like all summer, like 2007.
Never my cup of tea, man.
This is gonna be the truth, and they're gonna pull him out of like from under the fucking ground. But Trick Daddy.
What?
Because Trick love the kids.
Trick love the kids. I would tune in that week to watch Trick Daddy on the episode.
And for the rate, that bitch will skyrocket.
I don't care if he ain't every 2 seconds, like Raven Simone.
Tell me, dog, that was so fucking upsetting.
Yeah, I don't know if y'all watched the show, but Raven Simone was literally in the show for 2 minutes to be a deadbeat mom and drop a kid off and dip out.
She was gone.
She has not.
She was gone.
Period. That was her role.
Wow.
Yeah. We clearly have been watching the show, and it's horrible. It's awesomely bad.
What about Murphy Lee? Could they resurrect him? Could they resurrect his career with the show?
Come back.
The whole crew can be resurrected.
Actually,
he was the only one that actually like.
We're getting ahead of ourselves. Nelly got to come back too.
No. See, and that's why I didn't say Nelly, because Nelly actually, he had a successful career. He did crossover, like hybrid music. He's not touching this shit. Murphy Lee, he was like right here, and he was like blue ball, like never gonna touch it.
Cool. Next group, D12.
No. One of them is dead.
Nah,
that's not gonna happen.
I think we're missing the grand prize though. Memphis Bleak.
I knew it was gonna get there.
Fucking Freeway.
Dog, Freeway and Siegel, like shit. Just the whole rock crew that isn't Jay and Kate.
Freeway is not on that list.
No, why not?
Because he has actually put out quality music and survives off of his own performances. Because you're unaware doesn't make it a bad.
You're right, which is why I didn't contest it. I had to.
He does stuff for rhyme sayers now, so he's like.
Okay, I'm cool with that. But I'm just thinking if we were talking about him being as kind of like a solo artist again. Freeway would get up there and he like, oh yeah, I can write whatever that dude with the big ass nostrils is. Like he's cool and everything, but you get on
Beans?
No, on the show.
Oh, okay.
I'm glad you said it because I was gonna say it.
That's all I thought you was talking about. I was like, this is Beanie. Sorry. Anyway, that way.
But no, like legitimately, it's another topic, but you really need to listen to Freeway's last album.
Yeah,
it's flames, bro. I'm so glad he got out there and he did his thing because he was always good.
I agree.
Actually, all the rock was
I like
not
Freeway.
bad.
He went against Cassidy and lost. Don't get me wrong, but
he got destroyed.
put a beat on. let's as a matter of fact, fucking he would never touch that hoe. But Cassidy was real, dog.
Cassidy would be the one to float over in there.
Damn.
He just became relevant again because of Rap Battle.
No,
so
but
that's like,
Cassidy fucking kills anything touching microphones. Like.
In a bad way?
No, Cassie's fucking like he's raw.
So why would you not want him more?
Because the thing is, okay, all right. So this is why I would distinguish him from someone that would accept like, hey, come and do a song with this guy that doesn't even really fucking rap in real life. He raps in real life, but he's shit, right? Cassidy, he's real.
But he's about the money grab.
Okay, but do you really think someone would sell their souls for fucking?
We're talking
like
about
that?
Cassidy. Do you remember Cassidy's hits?
Oh, Cassidy's biggest hit was Hotel.
I know, that was before he went to jail. I'm just you need to get into this. I'm just saying, dog. I feel as though his mentality.
Hotel.
Dog. Okay, so I sincerely feel as though he wouldn't touch that motherfucker.
Somebody probably said he ain't gonna touch that Hotel single either.
That's true, because he did it though. He fucking did
it was a hit.
Yes, and because when he gets on that hoe, he's like that.
No, he didn't make it a hit though.
Huh?
He didn't make it a hit though.
Well, it's because he had the soothing R&B styles of R. Kelly, but I mean, let's just be honest. If he were to go against anyone as far as a freestyle battle. Like, he was, and this is sad, but this is like, I know it's a cliche kind of thing to say, but he was the first person I had heard that would say that if you were on fire, I wouldn't spit, vomit, or piss on you. I was like,
ridiculous. Okay, I understand. I have respect for him. You haven't even seen his rap battle that he did recently.
Yo.
How recently?
Like months.
Shut the fuck up.
What's up, Joe?
P.D. Pablo.
My t-shirt.
Hey, no, that's why I fuck boy, you bad.
Dog.
Good.
P.D. Pablo would. P.D. Pablo was in Drumline, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure he was only in Drumline too.
So he would be that guy.
He would be that guy. Yeah. Honestly, and I was thinking, I was like, Nick Cannon would do it, but he fucking Mariah, so he's set in life.
Was.
The Nick Cannon about that money grab too.
Hold on, was they not together anymore?
No,
They're getting divorced.
I'm sorry, I've been under a rock. Fuck y'all. My man.
You say P. Pablo wouldn't Mystical qualify as that?
Nope.
No. Mystical fought him there, dog.
He's following Pharrell, basically.
Dog, Mystical.
Look, the thing, I was so happy when Mystical, when he got out of jail and when he did a song and it was actually still dope.
I know,
Still
but he
dope.
got signed with Young Money. He's not doing anything progressive anymore, dog.
Incorrect. That album that Uptown Funk is on, Mystical is on that album. So he got guap for that. You were unaware because it wasn't a hip hop project.
I hate you so much.
Mystical,
Why are you
Mystical getting that money, man.
You know who else could probably use the money from Empire, and that would probably stoop that low?
Who?
Master P.
No. Him and Romeo.
No. Listen,
they can play themselves.
and I'm glad you was just saying that because that's one of the reasons I didn't list him after you had said something about Romeo because he just did some shit with Lil Wayne. Like he's still legitimately, he has projects that he's doing to progress his whole the whole project that's going down in New Orleans and shit like that. No, he's well off. I shit you not. Him and his son, because Lil Wayne.
We know they have the business.
I know, but he just said he would need the money. He won't need that shit. No, honestly, that's one of the reasons I didn't list Master P because Master P has other venues of income, and it fucks me up because I was thinking Master P ain't done shit in a while, but he's good. I heard him. I shit you not. 2 days ago, heard him on a song with Lil Wayne. It blew my fucking mind.
Soulja Boy needs that.
Nah, Soulja Boy.
You don't think he needs that?
Soulja's got that online presence.
Rich boy.
Rich boy.
Son, that was such a wasted chance, man.
Well, I mean, he had two really good songs. That was it.
The album actually wasn't bad.
No,
That album was dope.
There's more than an album. There's more than that.
Okay,
Then he messed up and started working on Detox. And whatever version of Detox he did, in the garbage can, is gone. All that time wasted. It's never gonna come out.
I like Rich Boy too. I ain't gonna lie to you.
He gotta take that fire and run with it.
Throw some cheese on that hook. I'm sorry. I heard the Big Bag version. It was funny as shit.
Word. Any other artists anybody want to throw out there?
He don't need the money, but he be on there. You know what I'm saying?
He was 1.7 billion.
That's what I'm saying. He don't need the money, but I would like to see him on there because I'm a Chameleon fan.
So it would be kind of cool if he came on there and not even portray an artist. Or portray an artist that is actually doing what he's doing and not even making music anymore. Come on there and talk about the business part, because it's all about the kids trying to take over the company. So
is it though? Because one of them just went to the hospital. I'm gonna be honest with you.
You know what I meant. You know what I meant. And he could have come in as a business partner or something to pick up Empire after it falls apart.
Oh, good point. Yeah. He'd be like, "Hey kids. Your daddy, he done died already, but I'm gonna get here. I got the money and the knowledge, so I take you to the next level.
Take it to the top." So, Chameleonaire, is that the last artist we got?
Yeah, I think so. Maybe somebody like Yayo.
Or Young Buck.
You know what? Question. G-Unit collectively.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Good point. Yeah.
I think that would be the definitive answer.
Are we talking about G-Unit original or G-Unit
G-Unit now?
No, we'll take all of them. Tony Yayo had nothing.
But the original G-Unit didn't need that show. G-Unit now needs that show.
Yeah, that's true.
That's what I'm saying. So, are we including, Kid and Spider-Loke and those other, kind of...
Yeah. Oh, shit. Oh, my God. Oh, shit. Little John.
No, dude, Lil Jon had a smash last year with Turn Down for What?
No, I'm just saying, couldn't you see him on there, though?
Yeah, I could. I actually, even with Turn Down for What, I could see him on there, just briefly on the show.
Get him on there.
I'd probably see him on there they throw a party or something, he's the DJ.
That's actually, and give him a camera glance. It don't even just scroll back. Just scroll back. Was that Little John in that episode? You rewind.
Two more names. I got two more names for you guys. I got Young Jock and Gorilla Zoe.
Damn.
Yeah.
Where did that come from?
As soon as someone said something about Gorilla Zoe liking his asshole licked out, who the fuck said that? What's her name?
What is going on?
He dropped out. I'm trying to think. Cat Stacks. Cat Stacks said that a couple of years ago.
Cat Stacks.
As soon as that shit came out,
that
guy disappeared. That was a dark moment. But one more person that needs to be introduced to the younger crowd, because he hasn't done shit since saying Detox was going to come out. Although he might not do it, but I mean, a lot of these young cats don't know who Dr. Dre is.
But Dr. Dre just robbed somebody for billions.
Yeah, he's definitely not showing his face.
Realistically,
he going back to the underground to get swole up. He ain't doing nothing but eating weights.
What about Andre 3000?
No. He's not touching.
Next topic, damn it.
I know. If anyone
I did that just to make everybody mad. I did it just to piss everybody off.
So Luscious might as well do that at that point.
Don't Don't do that.
Your big boy?
Don't knock down Big Boy like that.
Yeah, because Big Boy ain't shit. He ain't shit at all.
Hold up.
Oh man.
No, it's in like bad.
Oh, okay.
No, it's in.
Oh,
I was saying as in
all right.
quote quote shit. He ain't shit. No.
So moving on to the next topic. Freddie, I almost called him Gibbs again. Freddie Gibbs dropped a surprise EP called what was it called, Joe? Pronto. Yes. Dropped it out of thin air. I listened to it. It was only a 3-track EP, which, I mean, that was cool. But how do we feel about this marketing strategy? It is becoming a regular thing more often than it is not, especially with bigger artists, to just drop projects thin air. Drake, thin air. Kendrick, not necessarily thin air, but it is only 2 weeks until his album comes out, and we just got the release.
Kind of like J. Cole's.
Yeah, J. Cole gave us a release date a month before
his.
You know, is this a marketing strategy that we can look at it from, you know, our perspective as consumers, and then look at it as the artist's perspective? But Joe, you go first.
I kind of like it. I think it's refreshing. It's one of those things where like we don't have to like look forward to a whole album rollout. Like, okay, this is the first single, and then when's the second single drop, and then when's the video drop, and you know that's just kind of old and dated. And I think it's something cool for the record industry to kind of like to change. You know, they're trying to like evolve with social media and with, you know, leaks and stuff. And I think this is their way of fighting album leaks so they can still recoup the sales. Because Drake dropped out of thin air, like you said. He did 500,000 in 4 days. 4 fucking days that he did 500,000.
On a shit project too.
That just shows that more people shop at Walmart than they do shop at other.
But you know what? Props to him for getting out of his record deal, especially with everything going on.
I mean, yeah, I like that.
Yeah. How about you, Richard Bailey?
I think it depends on the artist. If they are confident that they hot and they just want to drop something, that's totally fine. I will say this though: if an artist has a horrible album and then they decide that they want to drop another one without announcing anything, I don't know if that would be a wise decision.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, that may force them to start putting more work into their projects now, because you can't drop a bad project out of nowhere.
And that's why Big Sean's is pretty decent, because we had the I Don't Fuck With You single, but like after that he didn't really drop anything, and then the album release date was announced, and then that was it, and then the album came out.
Yeah, and you said Yeezus didn't drop out of thin air.
No, you just said drop a shit project and expect it to sell.
Yeah, out of thin air. Yeah, like you can't.
But Yeezus song, and they ate that shit up.
It was project.
Kanye and Drake.
Shit project.
Kanye and Drake. Those are
the
rules.
I give it to you.
You know they're at that point.
That's why I said I give it to you. I'm not
to clarify for the people listening to the podcast, because I'm cool if you understand.
Okay.
But Yeezus and Drake are at a point where they can sell whatever they want and it's gonna sell.
Technically, Jay-Z's at that point too.
Jay-Z's gonna
That's true. Listen, this is oh my God, we don't even have time to get into that. You're so right though. That is one of my biggest bones to pick with him. I shit you not, I do not care for that. I was at the point when I was like really into rap, right? When I was like on the cusp of everything that was going on. Jay-Z was like, hey, I'm gonna retire. This is my last album. I'm dropping this Black album.
The Black album.
And he was done, right?
Blueprint.
Dropped it. They said, oh, okay, no more music for me, right? Motherfucker comes out with an album, what? The next year? The year after?
Kingdom Come was that
right?
3 years later?
3 years, 06.
Whatever. You're right.
Come.
Kingdom Come did come out in 06. But he made sure that in an interview he told everyone, I did that to make sure that I could get, album sales. What kind of shit is that? So you prey upon the people that are your fan base to ensure purchases for your album, which is why I need to just stop, because that's a tangent.
That makes me think of another thing with Jay-Z, though. And we've kind of touched on it before, Joe. Jay-Z has done everything he possibly could to make sure that he remains relevant. In whatever way that he can manage it.
Got a younger wife?
Told him that it was the last album.
Still in young Chris's
Club. The Budweiser or whatever deal he had when Kingdom Come was coming out, and it had a commercial going out for that. Blueprint 3, the thing that saved him on that was the song with Kanye and Rihanna.
For real?
Yes.
The Pharrell song didn't do it.
No, the Pharrell song. It was
No, I'm saying his production.
No, but I'm saying that song is what built up the hype
With-
before.
Timbaland was on
The
that
production was
too.
decent on 3.
Yeah.
And then you get an album that you didn't even get to pay for, and it already sells. It goes platinum the day that it drops. So like, just think about that. Because he made the Samsung deal where it was every Samsung owner got the album, and that actually counted towards his album sales. So he went platinum day one.
Is that Watch the
Wow.
No, that was
The one with Justin Timberlake on
Magna
it.
Carta Holy Grail.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Okay, I remember. Damn.
Yeah. And then Watch the
Shit.
Throne. Watch the Throne. Why was that hot? And
Kanye in that production.
Like what was he called on Redefined? Was he one of the vampires?
I think so.
Yeah, he's a vampire. He sucks off everyone else's energy in order to survive. Business-wise, Beyonce, like Beyonce. It was even without the extra deal with Samsung, he was off the Justin Timberlake hype at that point for the first song, which honestly that song was trash.
But they
So
ate that
many
shit
ways.
up.
I know,
Everyone loved that.
They ate
I
that
don't
shit up.
understand why everyone loved that damn song.
And it made no sense.
It's because JT was back after 7 years. That's it. That was the only reason.
I think that's what it was.
Jay-Z
Because
knows,
sipping
man.
from the cup till it runneth over. The fuck. The fuck.
Made no sense. Jay-Z is a smart businessman. He knows how to remain relevant. That is it. Because would any album after Kingdom Come have sold that much with just regular marketing?
No.
Just on Jay-Z's status alone.
Well,
To be honest, Black Album.
Well, I mean, I forget about American Gangster.
yeah, you can't forget about that.
Yeah.
After that, it was all merit. Black Album for me was the cutoff line. Everyone was doing it.
Kingdom Come wasn't that bad. I mean,
Oh God, no, that was awful.
Yeah.
really? Hey, he dissed Dipset on that one. I'll tell you that.
Oh,
Cool. Never mind.
we're
Hey,
not turning that into
I didn't
this.
say for an
hey, man, I want
No.
to retract my statement.
No. Fuck no. I'm sorry.
Man, gave me one song.
No. No.
Don't forget, Hip Hop is Dead came out at the same time as Kingdom Come.
Hey, hip hop.
Exactly.
Black
Going through the
Republicans,
morals
hey,
of the real.
No, we are not turning this into Jay versus Nas, damn it.
I know. That's what he was doing. I was like,
I see what you're trying to do. This ain't
Slide that in there.
Plug that in.
But hey, that's the reality of it. Jay-Z is gonna remain relevant. I guess what could he like wait to do now?
fake his death.
Jay-Z's next move is fake his death and the album just come out of nowhere.
Yep.
And
Be like,
sell like
hey,
hotcakes.
listen, I made these motherfuckers 10 years before I died. So this is my life.
And then resurrect 7 years later.
Yeah. Be like, hey, I was just bullshitting. I was
Here's
in
an
the
album.
Bahamas.
Here's an album.
I was in the Bahamas. Look, he'll walk.
I was in the Bahamas making album.
Like,
Here it is.
he ain't walking on water. He walking on albums like Jesus.
Wow. All right, Luis, how do you feel about the sudden drops out of thin air?
When it comes to sudden drops out of thin air, I mean, I kind of like it because my biggest pet peeve is album leaks, and honestly, that's one of the biggest things I think that kind of ruins hip-hop at that point, ruins numbers, which if you want to support some of these artists, please go buy their album. But ultimately, like I said, you kind of hate with fresh music right away, so that's kind of one thing that's kind of not valued as much as going out there buying the album, and just instead of as opposed to just picking certain singles. So I personally like it because once again it stops the leaks. That's my biggest thing because if you like an artist, if you support an artist, you should go buy the album as opposed to just buying one song or two songs on iTunes. That's my biggest pet peeve.
Okay. Do y'all think that this trend is going to be maintained going forward?
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, definitely. And the indie artists are in the up and coming artists. They're gonna try to do it too, and they're gonna see it severely backfire because they don't have a fan base. You can only do this if you have a fan base.
Wale did it, and that wasn't particularly successful.
Didn't Jay-Z do that? Oh, yeah, no, of course, why? Yeah. No,
And you know, like the single on there with him and Chance, if he would have led with that, it probably would be more relevant because it was a great song. But you can't be Wale as we know him now and just drop something out of thin air and expect people to go and get it.
Might as well call yourself Young Turk. Might as well call yourself Turk at that point.
Because no, man. While it's like, I think it's artists that have a very people person appeal are the only ones that can really.
They gotta have a strong fan base, and like J. Cole, the reason J. Cole could do that is because his fan base is that loyal. I mean, he shuts down the internet when he drops a song. Like his website always dies, and that.
Hey, he just ain't upgrade that bandwidth, man.
Right? His servers are whack.
He knew what he was doing. Hey, smart marketing, man.
Yeah.
Like the Nintendo Wii, you got to create that demand.
Yeah, hey, that shit prints money, bro. That shit prints money.
Yep, that's exactly what he did. What's up, Rich?
Oh, no. Go ahead. Continue.
No. I was going to go on closing the topic out because this is the last topic.
No, continue. Because I forgot what I was going to say now.
The rich thoughts dropping out of thin air, just leaving.
Yeah, that's it.
Oh, word. Well, I think it's a good thing for hip hop. I like it for a lot of the reasons y'all said. Where
it's really increasing the album sales. It really is.
Yeah, and we need that for hip hop. If we want hip hop to be relevant, when it comes to like award shows and stuff, they need to start doing the numbers that like the Cole album did, and probably what Kendrick's album's gonna do, and even like what Big Sean's album did should be like the minimum, 147,000 to start off. Like that should be the minimum when it comes to hip hop releases at this point. And I actually, just like Joe started off with, I like canceling out a lot of the bullshit.
Oh.
Like one of the best parts of J. Cole's album is he can't make a fucking single to save his life, and dropping it out of thin air eliminated that.
Yep.
Like it became organic. Like apparently organically became a single because of how it was, and that way you don't have to worry about artists like Lupe Fiasco in their prime and the Kendrick in their prime that have to cater to like a single structure and stuff.
And the upside of that too is that Drake's whole album charted.
That's true. Yeah, it did.
So like you don't just have to chart one song anymore. You can chart your entire album doing this.
But you do understand that to make record companies money, they have to be able to release singles for artists.
Record companies aren't the priority anymore.
I know, but if they want the distribution, they are the priority. That's how the money works.
I wouldn't say that.
J. Cole is like the complete opposite of that, just happening. And that was his last deal with the record company. Like the distribution. It was Columbia Records, right, Joe?
Yeah, Columbia.
That was his last album.
Same with Drake. You can say the same thing with Drake.
That got him out of the record deal.
He don't need distribution anymore.
It's less so about the major overarching things and kind of smaller groups like OVO Sound, TDE, and stuff like that. Rock Nation still.
Rock Nation, I was
all
gonna say.
over the
Rock
place,
Nation.
but they're actually not bad about putting their stuff together, except for J Electronica.
Non-existent, but
J Electronica can be on Empire.
Yeah.
that's sad. That's sad but true. Hey, that's sad but
He's
true.
gonna get credit as a deadbeat guy.
Most Def too. Most Def will do it.
He can't get back overseas though.
Papa.
Yasin Bey.
That is his name. Damn, he did change it back. Wow.
Can't come back now. But yeah, I think it's positive. Any last statements on this marketing stuff? You were going for a second. Did you?
I support what Luis was saying because I really do like it. I feel as though you're right. I don't like having a tailor to, we're going to drop a single here, drop a single there, give you 4 singles before the actual album actually comes out, and give you a leak too. I don't respect that. We got one, and Dark Sky Paradise is like what I'm going off of right now. You got one single off of that, and that was I Don't Fuck With You, and that was simply because it was a badass motherfucking song. So,
well, like Big Sean, he's not had the problem of making singles though because of the style of music.
That's true. But that's like that's honestly one of the that's one of the least favorite songs I have on that album. That is one of the least favorite songs I have on that album, and like, so hey man, I respect it if we can get it like this to where we don't have all this. Hey, you hear that new song? Like you got these people out there jumping. Like, yeah, I listen to Kendrick Lamar too. You hear that song, blah blah blah, that's playing on the radio? Nah, stop it.
But you know what? I'm gonna throw this in as the last topic. Since we now have a release date for Kendrick's album, which is March 23rd, for people that didn't know, that leaked out. He put out the iTunes leak for the pre-order for it. The track list isn't there. So technically, this album's still dropping out of thin air. Like, we don't know. None of the songs are going to be on there.
We just know a date. That's it.
Yeah, we know a date, and that Black and American's on there.
what's the interval? When did Money Tree? I mean,
Black Bear.
Big Kid, Mad City.
2 years.
Big Kid, Mad City.
Good Cake Mad City was 2012, the end of 2012.
Yeah, okay. So 3
years.
Yeah, that's a 3-year interval.
And it doesn't even feel like it because
Not
Mad City
2.5.
all the way up until now.
Still is, yeah.
It's still
The reason I ask is because I honestly once upon a time I sat down and I looked at Outkast intervals. I love Outkast, hands down. Stop it, Outkast, right?
Same.
2-year intervals between albums.
Well, that's most artists, really. I mean, realistically, if you look at the average.
But Outkast is different too because in 2 years they changed their sound completely each album.
Yeah, no,
That's
not
very. Damn it, Joe. Damn it, Joe.
Yeah, no one else could do that.
Damn.
They were sick with that.
That's true.
That should be another show in itself, right there. But the question I was getting to, predictions from everyone. Where do you think that Kendrick's album is going to land day one or week one?
If we're talking about the standards that have been set, come on. If you're coming off of this and you're coming off of the things that he's done unconventionally, like going on Colbert to do a song named Untitled, like how many motherfuckers have done that besides?
Side note, did y'all know why it was called Untitled? Anybody?
No.
They didn't put that together until the Colbert show.
Shut up.
Until they were rehearsing for the show is when they put that together.
That's awesome.
Because they were going to perform Terrence Martin is the one that said this in an interview. They were going to perform but then they decided that they wanted to do something new. And even then, after the rehearsals, during the performances, they forgot some of the arrangements. And what we got.
Get the fudge out of here. That amount of creativity to.
But like Terrence Martin is a great like musician. Thundercat, who's on the bass, is crazy too. And Analyze is dope. Like Dog. I saw Thundercat at South by Southwest in that.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that job was fire. We saw
He came out and played with Badu, right?
Yeah, he did. It was fire. Like it was dope, and just it's crazy to me that they like legit musicians.
Yeah.
That's what happens when you have something like that.
Yeah.
So of course. That's kind of giving hints to what my predictions probably go.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So if they've set the bar as high as they have of what we're expecting from them as far as creativity and sales and not even just production, just the quality. Like I shit you not, dog. You can listen to Good Kid, Mad City right now and you'll be like, damn, that whole jamming, right? So I'm gonna say he's gonna make Dark Sky Paradise look pretty bad.
Well, I think and that's not a shot at Big Sean.
It's not. Let me get that correct. It's not a shot at Big Sean. However, it is stating that he has a larger following.
A more dedicated one, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Now, I'll make it a little bit more pointed of a question. Will he, like there's J. Cole's sales and then there was Drake's, right?
Mm.
Where would Kendrick fall? Is he going to be in between J. Cole and Drake, or is he going to
really
exceed both?
Damn, that sucks. No, I don't think.
Or below both.
I don't think he's going to be below, but I don't think he's going to make Drake numbers as far as this shit goes. And I say that because Drake does all the singing and snapping and popping that gravitates towards. Yeah, really? It gravitates towards other listeners.
Oh,
so
we've taken offense.
So with that, the one of the reasons why why his last album was so big, it was so different from what was out there. I mean, Drake, his album before this one, I mean, pretty similar.
Let's not classify this as an album. Let's get that straight.
Oh, okay. So, but okay, it's a mixtape that everybody bought.
Yeah.
Right.
So, but with Kendrick being with the expectations that his last album set. I mean, it's going to be like everybody's going to eat this shit up regardless. I mean, it's going to be good. We know it's going to be good, or at least that's the expectation.
Sophomore curves.
I don't know about everybody though.
I got a statement to make.
Go ahead, Rich.
Alienated a bit.
Go ahead first, because I'm gonna drop some knowledge on you.
Rich's knowledge. I respect that.
What I was gonna say is I don't think everybody's gonna eat it up because Drake has the white people. Like Drake's music is catered to white.
That's what I was implying. I just didn't want to say it because I love you, Joe, like a brother.
Drake's music is like you go on Instagram and you scroll through and how many times have you seen a white girl with a Drake quote on the picture?
He does.
Like that's just Drake's market. I think Kendrick's gonna do something like maybe 250 or 300 though.
I think that's the sound thing because like you know he doesn't have the white people like you were saying, and he's not going for them. Like if you look at the songs that have come out, like Black and Berry, that is not a white people.
That's a hip hop song.
That is like legit. Damn right, I love that song though.
That motherfucker said I'm black as a motherfucker.
Yes, dog.
And I'm fine with that. Maybe for some strange reason, it'll hit that point and people will be like, I can listen to Kendrick. I can say this in my room. I don't know. Maybe that's what happened. What you got to say, Rich?
All right, listen. I got respect for Drake. You know, I know Joe. I know your answer about Drake makes a lot of sense. But let's also remind all the listeners that you said that Drake was one of the best albums, one of the best artists. Remember we had that little discussion a couple shows ago?
I remember that.
Yeah, talking about the you remember the topic exactly, right, Charles?
Which one again? You talking about?
The regions thing.
Yeah, the region. That was it. There you go.
Oh yeah. Drake run the 6.
Yeah, he run the 6.
Oh my God. Did I really not have that discussion?
Yeah, you missed that.
What the fudge?
But to get back to what I'm saying, Drake has some excellent sales. I'm gonna go ahead and think outside the box. And I'm gonna give you why. I think Kendrick will surpass that number.
Uh-oh.
Let me tell you why. Now, what AJ said about the Colbert performance, that's a big deal. What he's been doing ever since that performance is he's been making little appearances here and there. You know, he drops the Black of the Berry track. Yesterday, he actually was on a radio show. Not sure if you heard about this Big Boy's radio show where he actually did freestyles over Biggie's track.
Get out of here!
Yes.
Get out of here!
I didn't know that.
So
is that what sparked this whole thing? I've seen a bunch of lists about the top freestyles that you need to see. Maybe it sparked from that.
Probably.
Yeah, that's a possibility. Plus, one other thing, you know, everybody knows Big Sean's Control. You remember his verse on that, okay? Remember that verse because everybody was talking about that. I feel like all that momentum is leading towards the big expectation for the album, and this is why I think it's going to do very well. Now,
you know what? I gotta say, and some people in here, like, this is to add on to what he's saying though, and y'all may not agree, but since the Control verse, like, that set a bar for Kendrick. It set a bar for a lot of people that did not, you know, reach that point. Like Crit did, but Drake didn't. We ain't gonna get into that. But Kendrick hasn't fallen below that with every release that he's done since then. It's been above bar. Like, I had the radio appeal, even though it was legit. The Untitled performance and Black and the Berry. It's like he stepped it up every single time. But go ahead, Rich.
Go ahead, Rich.
Oh no. I mean I was done.
Okay. Cool. The way I see this album, I think it's gonna be so creative. It's gonna fall into the whole, and Rich knows this, the whole argument between Illmatic and It Was Written. I really think this is gonna be so creative that it's not gonna be appreciated until years down the road, realistically. Illmatic's considered a classic, but creativity-wise, It Was Written was just so much better. And I feel that he's on this whole next level shit that it's going to take a while for us to digest this album, as opposed to his first album. So,
when you say creativity, do you just mean diversity sense? Because if you go track for track, and not everybody can distinguish between these things, but I can recognize when it was a classic album that's held in a high regard, and my favorite album might not be the same thing.
Yeah.
Like, I recognize that Illmatic is the best album that Nas has done. It Was Written as my favorite Nas album. I understand why Illmatic had its appeal, but it's not my favorite. But still, if you go track for track with Illmatic, like, that shit is ridiculous.
No, Illmatic is ridiculous, but the way I see it is there's going to be such a high expectation that they're going to try to live it. They're going to try to apply the second album to that expectation and not treat it as its own. They're going to compare it to his first album, and that's going to overshadow the second album. That's the way I see it. Because, I mean, realistically, I mean, that whole album, you can listen from beginning to end. And that expectation is very high at this point.
Joe, you got any insight on that?
On the Illmatic versus It Was Written thing?
Yeah, or just Good Kid versus his second album.
I don't know. I mean, like, it sounds like he's a lot angry on this one with the Blacker the Berry.
And Untitled.
I don't know if you'll be able to compare them though, because it sounds like Kendricks in two totally different creative zones for both of them.
Wasn't that the same with Illmatic and It Was Written?
But then again, this is also technically not his second album.
Oh, well, technically, but to the masses.
No, we don't do
to the masses.
No,
yeah, no, to the masses, it's his second album because he's got. I mean.
What do you mean we don't do technically?
Yeah, because this would be considered like his sophomore album.
Because Section 80 was.
Yeah, that was.
You can consider that an album.
That is good.
Yeah, it was an album.
Yeah, but to the masses, that wasn't an album. That was a mixtape.
No. I say that as far as production, if you're under like some down, making something creatively from your own independent, like, hey, this is all out of me. I bought the tracks myself. All these are my beats. I paid for them hoes and wrote everything that I wanted to on every one of these, right? It's completely different from, hey, we bought you this $1,500 beat. We need you to get this album out. Make this a single before the fucking summer's over, right? Like, that's a completely different mindset from an independent project. So this is going to be a sophomore album.
I'll agree that it's a sophomore album, and not for the reasons that you just said, because then, like, the exception then would be Crit, where who doesn't have to get that third party to do the album. And J. Cole, actually.
You're absolutely right. Friday Night Lights. His first album.
My whole theory with mixtapes and album goes into sample clearing was a whole nother conversation. But
yeah, you ain't lying.
That's an argument. That's a whole topic by itself.
What'd you say, Joe? What'd you say, Joe?
No, I was agreeing. Like, it's totally out of hand.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. But if that's everybody's last statement, we can get final words from everybody and close out the show. AJ, want to start us off?
Why you always do that? I mean, you have thoughtful proverbial shit to say, man. You make me sound like a dunce. First and foremost, I love being able to sit around the table with you guys, the round table or the turntable. Yes, I apologize. The turntable, as we have it, and discuss intellectually our opinions of this shit that we call hip hop.
Indeed.
And in saying that, there are people that I have in classifications and categories, and they're like, hey, this rapper's here, these artists are here, and then you have Andre 3000, which is in a tier of his own. Like, no one will fucking touch him, right?
Which is unfair. We'll have a show about that.
You have Kendrick Lamar. You have some of my favorite artists, which includes Chamillionaire. I know people don't judge him the way that I will, but I feel as though the quality coming from, I love Kendrick Lamar. Like, I shit you not, the progressive black shit that he's doing, man. I feel it. I'm behind it. So I'm sitting here thinking, I was shaking my head like, right? Like, no. I'm gonna support it. Man, there are a few albums that I actually go out and purchase. The albums that I purchased last night, I purchased Big Crit.
I was about to say, if you miss Big Crit.
No. That's what I'm saying. I purchased that. I purchased Good Kid, Mad City, and I purchased Dark Sky Paradise because Rich, we were supposed to have a discussion. I don't know if you recall that, but that didn't happen. But that's cool. Yeah, I'm going to purchase this album. Hands down. Like, without question, this is blind. Put it, if you will, faith in the quality of him as an artist.
Okay. And I want to ask you this just to be sure. Is that your final word for the entire show? Or just on that topic?
I'm going to say the whole show.
Okay. All right, cool. I just want to make sure because I didn't want to cheat you out of that just in case. All right. Jehovah.
If you haven't yet, stream Dot's 1996 project. You can get it data.co/music. There's also a MediaFire link that I tweet out like almost every day. So if you follow me on Twitter at Jehovah'sMF, you'll see it at some point. R.I.P. Biggie, man. Like, Just listening to that stuff yesterday, like I was so hyped, like in the office, banging it out. When I was creating that playlist, banging it out. Like it's one of those things. Like Biggie is always gonna be one of my favorite artists, and I can't wait to like show his music to my nieces and my nephews and stuff.
Keep it alive, for real, Luis.
To kind of jump on that Biggie topic, I mean, we have to wonder if he was still around, how many more classic albums he would have given us. Because I mean, realistically, his first album, second album, classics. No matter what time we're talking about, whether it be 10 years ago, this year, I mean, you can still consider those classics. The next thing is, if you guys like an artist, if you guys support an artist, please go out and buy their album. Don't just download singles on iTunes. Just because you want to support the artist that is essentially putting their art to work for you guys. So like I said, that's one of my biggest pet peeves. If you know that you like an artist regardless, whether it be J. Cole, Kendrick, Drake, sadly, go buy their album, please. Yeah, please buy the album. Even if you like Lil Wayne, go buy his album, regardless of how bad or how good it is. Support the artists that you guys like, please.
I just realized he said Drake sadly, and that's a double entendre.
Don't even have him now.
All right, Richard Bailey.
Yeah. I like that last statement he made. Yeah, I do agree, support the albums, but with all due respect, if you pick up an album and there's only one or two good songs on it, well, yeah, you better try and take that back or sell that.
Support your local record store.
Yes, so that's an absolute must. An absolute must.
Word.
That Drake album.
Yeah. Yeah. Just like these guys said again, rest in peace to Biggie. I don't listen to that much hip hop, but that actually is one of the first artists that I've listened to that got me into hip hop before I started going back and listening to other artists. So, yeah, it's good times, and I look forward to that Kendrick album, without question.
Word. Well, I'll say thank you, everyone, for participating again, because I know y'all love being here. We're going to have y'all on every week.
We're going to be here.
Schedules.
We ain't going anywhere, bro.
All right. Thank y'all for tuning in. Rest in peace, Biggie. It was another great show. We will see y'all next Friday.
Yo, shout out to Stone.
Man, Stone is 8. He is KO'd. Eyes closed. Done, son. He ain't even listened to the show this time.
All right.